Hey everyone, it's Michael here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about consulting and the virus, specifically the coronavirus. Not only how to deal with the coronavirus right now as a consultant, but more importantly, how you can actually thrive during this time. Let me just turn the volume down on here. Hopefully, I can see some comments. So, for those of you joining in, if you could just type a quick comment into the box there, let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me. Hopefully, I'm coming through clear. I'll just take a quick moment here. Please type in and let me know. We got a little delay here. So again, I'm going to talk about coronavirus, how you can deal with it, and what's going on right now in the environment, in the economy, but not only deal with it, but actually how you can thrive. Let me know with a quick comment, everyone, that you can hear me and that you can see me. Perfect. All right, Ben, thanks for letting me know. Appreciate all the thumbs up, everyone, and the love there. Great to have all of you on. So let's get right into it. Coronavirus right now is what everyone is talking about. This is making the news. You can't escape the discussion around coronavirus. And I'm going to be the first to say I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. What I'm going to share here is just really my viewpoint, my opinion, my observation based on what I'm seeing. And I'm impacted by this in some ways, as many of us are, right? You take one look at your investment portfolio, as I have, and I see that there's been a big impact there. I just got off a podcast yesterday with a consultant who does a lot of work in China, and their business has been impacted. They have lost, I wouldn't say lost, actually, just their clients have pulled back. And so I'm going to share with you 5 observations, 5 points that I really believe can not only help you to deal with what is going on right now in the marketplace as a consultant, but actually to come out the other side in better position than you are right now. So the first thing is that companies are pulling back, right? There's no escaping that some companies, especially in certain countries, are completely shutting down or they're going on hold. Factory lines are not operating the way that they typically would. The impact is being felt, and it will likely continue to be felt for some time as the global supply chain is dealing with some of the challenges. There's really no way to escape that. Now, here's the thing. Most, if not all of this is out of your control. If you try and process this and think about how you are a victim of what is going on and how it's going to impact your business in a negative way, if you allow that to take over your mind, then you will in fact suffer. However, in business, there's always things that we can't control. There's always things that are going on. But the one thing that you can control is what actions you take. And so I've seen some people in the marketplace right now who look at what's happening with the coronavirus and they go, yeah, this is, my business is not going to do very well. Things are really I'm going to be heavily impacted. And they use that as an excuse to hold off taking action, to do more marketing and so forth. So, there's no question. The first thing here is that companies are they're pulling back. And that goes without saying. Now, the number one reason why companies are pulling back, not necessarily the ones that are directly affected in China or other areas. And of course, my heart goes out to everyone that's actually dealing with this and those that have lost loved ones. I can't even imagine how hard that would be. But I'm talking about from a business perspective right now, and you as a consultant, what you can do in this environment. So really, what's happening here, and the reason why I see the stock market and many businesses pulling back or holding off or delaying plans or looking for ways to cut is because they're dealing with uncertainty, right? No one knows what's going to happen with coronavirus tomorrow. No one knows what's going to happen even in a month or 6 months from now. There's no fortune teller out there that can say with 100% certainty what is going to happen. And therefore, because there is uncertainty in the marketplace, it means that people are holding off making decisions. Now, you have a choice, right? The choice that you have as kind of the third point here is that you can hunker down. right? You can decide to kind of put your head under the pillow and just wait for things to pass. You can take your plans and put them on hold. Now, if you look at history, you will see that most of the epidemics, most of the challenges from a medical nature have tended to happen around this time of year in the winter, and then as we move into the summer months, most have been have disappeared. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen here. This might be done in a month from now. It might take 6 months. It might take a year or longer. I don't know, but you make a choice. Your choice is you can hunker down, or right, you can use this to take action. You can keep moving forward right now, regardless of what is happening in the marketplace. And what's interesting about this is that some people will choose to hunker down, and others will use this as an opportunity to make investments. They will use this as an opportunity to continue pushing forward with their plan, regardless of what's happening in the environment. And if you look at, most of the recessions, this is where some really great companies emerge. This is where innovation starts to happen. This is where those who continue to invest into their business, who continue to take action, actually see greater results than they typically even would. And if you think about it, it's because what's happening is it's the above, right? Some people are looking at this as a negative. Others are looking at this as a positive. Not in terms of the deaths and the illness. That, of course, just put that aside, right? And some people might try and knock me down about this. I'm not talking about the impact that this has on people. I feel emotionally like that's a really hard thing. I'm talking about what you can do right now as a business owner, what you can do right now as a consultant, and that is that you can actually use this, as we've seen in many recessions and economic challenge, times of challenge, that those who continue to push forward see greater results because there's less noise in the marketplace. Because while many are pulling back, those who continue to push forward, those who continue to innovate, their message is actually, it's easier now to be heard. They can make more progress because there's less happening in the marketplace. So really what I want to share with you here as just kind of a fifth point is the importance for you as a consultant to recognize what's going on. And there's going to be many things right now where maybe some of your clients, if you're dealing internationally, they will be closing down their businesses. Maybe they already have. Some people will be going out of business. Some will have to delay how they deal with payments. Others will have to put your project on hold. So they'll be cutting projects. All kinds of stuff's going to happen. Now, most of that is not under your control, right? You can't do anything about that. But what you can do is you can continue to build your pipeline. And this is where I've seen many consultants over the years who will rely too much. They will get too invested into one client or one project. They'll be too heavily, they lack diversification. They're centralized. They're relying too much on just one or two or a few clients that make up a very large percentage of their income. And they look at where they currently are and they go, yeah, my current situation is pretty good. And I'm just going to rely on what I have going on right now. And especially because of what's happening with the coronavirus and the uncertainty, I better not launch that new marketing initiative. I better hold off calling people. People probably don't want to hear from me right now. They create all these reasons, all these excuses not to go out there and build their pipeline. And unfortunately, what I've seen far too often over the years is that people who rely on their current situation and use their current situation as a way to forecast their future situation without actually taking action to support what they want to create in the future, they often are impacted very heavily. They inevitably will get a call one day where something will change, and then they have to regroup and almost restart. And so I want you to benefit or have the greatest opportunity to benefit and not to put yourself in that situation. So your number one opportunity in times of uncertainty, the number one thing that will actually put you in a really great position to not only see the maximum kind of level of possible return right now and impact and result right now, but actually to catapult you to create a position where you're thriving because others now are pulling back and you keep moving, so that when this corrects, and it will, because it always does, whether we're talking about the stock market or we're talking about the health situation, we're talking about what's happening with economies and supply chains, this will pass. No one knows how long it will take, but it will pass. And when it does, it's going to shoot up. And when it shoots up, you can either be in the position where you've been benefiting and investing consistently throughout, or you're going to be in a position where you've held off, hunkered down, hoped for the best, and then had to restart everything along with everyone else, or the majority of people, to try and catch back up. Now, I don't know about you, but I see this as, from a business perspective, from an economic perspective, of course, I'm being impacted, and and our company may be impacted as well. We haven't seen that yet. That might happen, but it doesn't matter, because we need to keep pushing forward. That's the one thing that I know for certain, right? That's what I have 100% certainty about. There's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace right now, but one thing I'm 100% certain of is that we will continue pushing forward. We will continue to invest. We will continue to take the action that we always take, because that action is about building the pipeline, right? It's about valuing and adding value to relationships. It's about being active, taking action, not holding back, not using a mentality or having a mentality of scarcity, but rather of abundance. There will be lots of opportunities to come. Even if you don't see them at this moment, many opportunities will come. What are your thoughts right now about this? Just type in the chat box or leave a comment. I'd like to know, how are you thinking? Is your mindset right now one of scarcity, or is it one of abundance? Are you thinking about how you can continue investing and building into your business right now, or are you holding back? How do you feel right now? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to get a perspective of how you're feeling. But this is what I see. And I think the big thing, the number one reason why I want to hit, kind of broadcast on this live stream right now, is because I see a lot of people who are taking the approach and the mindset of hunkering down, hoping that things get better, but they're not taking action. They're using this as a reason right now to not go out there, to not launch that marketing plan, not to do the outreach, not to go to the conference and whatever it might be. But if you take action on what you can actually control, then I think you will benefit greatly, because that's been my experience over the last many years of building consulting businesses, 19, almost 20 to be exact. And I've seen this with hundreds of clients over the years as well. So I wanted to make this quick video to get your perspective, but I'd love to see. So I'm just looking at some comments right now coming in here. Okay, good. All right, yeah. Some of these comments are making me laugh. So good thing that, yeah, so exactly, right? Really good points coming in here is that look at ways that you can leverage technology, right, to continue working with clients regardless. You might see a roadblock where now you can't go on site, you can't travel, right? It's hard to go through certain places. All that, again, is out of your control. But what you can control is to look at how do you, continue supporting your clients? How do you maybe leverage technology? How do you find another way, a workaround to continue adding value, to make that impact, and to help support the clients and, of course, your business. See what else? Yeah, good stuff, Ben. Fantastic. So yeah, a lot of people, Ben's saying a lot of people are having a negative attitude towards what's going on, and it's understandable. Listen, I completely understand. There's a lot of uncertainty going on in the marketplace right now, but if you use what you can benefit from, right? If you actually take action around this, there's, I think, a big opportunity for you, because everyone's pulling back, but you don't need to pull back. You can keep pushing forward, and that's going to help you to see even greater success and results as the days go on here. Yeah, Scott's saying this. Yeah, this is also a good time to help clients with focused training virtually. Definitely, and that's a great creative way of thinking about this. Yeah, definitely, Hussein. Exactly right. There's less noise in the marketplace. So, I mean, every recession this happens. Every economic, or time of great uncertainty, we see this in every industry. There's those who will say, yeah, we're cutting our marketing budget and we need to pull back. All right, that's a scarcity mindset. And then there's the others who go, well, no, we're just going to keep plowing forward. We made this plan. There's things going on that we can't control, but we can control what we do. Maybe we're not going to see the same level of impact or results that we initially hoped for, but we're certainly going to see more than if we did nothing at all. Great. Scotty, yeah, that's fantastic that you're working more on your marketing efforts. Troy, leverage business affiliates in other locations. Yeah, I mean, leverage is such a key word there, Troy. So I'm glad that you're bringing that up, right? It's all about leverage. What can you do right now that maybe you wouldn't have done before, but it's still going to create leverage, still going to create a result, still going to help to move things forward. And that's what progress is all about. All right, everyone. Hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate you jumping on here today. I hope that this perspective has brought you some value. This is how we internally are thinking right now about this. I just had someone that was staying with us go back to Japan. I'm seeing how some of us are impacted with trips and changes to those trips. So I'm definitely following what's going on with the coronavirus, but I also recognize that it's something I can't control. I really hope that it gets taken care of and that people get better and that that there's a solution as quick as possible. But I have no idea, right? There is uncertainty. But the one thing that I can be certain about is what we want to achieve, the decisions that we make, that we're not going to hunker down, but instead we're going to continue taking action. So that's what we're planning to do here internally. That's the mindset that I have. I hope that perspective brings you some value and that you also benefit from taking action around this. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. As always, appreciate your comments, your thumbs up on this. And if there's any topics that you want me to explore further, or if you have a different perspective, just type a comment in here. I'll try and check in on the comments going forward as well over the next day or so. But always happy to hear any topics that you want to discuss on an upcoming live stream. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye for now.